The Iowa Hawkeyes head to Market Square Arena, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Gamble. Yes!
Iowa is going to Phoenix.
Iowa's the Big Ten champion. Iowa wins the Big Ten tournament.
It's good! It is good!
Wieskamp, his shot at the bar.
It goes in!
Luka Garza, 33 now. Remember, he had 44 at Chrysler.
Bohannon, way outside, launches the shot. Makes it home! Big time onions!
And a dunk by Keegan. And he dunked Gillis right to the floor with him. And the Hawkeyes are Big Ten champions. An old-fashioned stare down.
Sanford! Guys! Who got it? This has really happened! Starts his running three.
Impose your will, the servant mentality, but we'll always play defense.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bench Mob Carver. I'm your host, Aaron, and we have two special guests with here today. We have Mitchell and Jesse here to do an all-time Iowa Hawkeyes men's basketball draft. And the way we're going to do this, it's 9 rounds, 8 players, 1 coach. And before we get too crazy into this, Jesse, it's your first time on the pod. Introduce yourself to the public.
Yeah, but before I do, Aaron, I just had a quick question. Can I force one of those players to be my coach?
I mean, that's a good question, and I'm the one who would have to answer it. So, you know what?
I think we need to give him a chance. There's a lot of basketball knowledge floating around these lists, and, maybe no one just let him have a shot at it.
You know, I'm not going to be against it, but I will say you can't get them at their current state. You got to get them, like, in their college career.
Okay, well, that might be not a good option then. Yes, my name is Jesse, as Aaron mentioned. Why should you listen to me? I am an 8-time NBA All-Star. I went to UNI. Go Cats. Been an Iowa fan my whole life. Not a fan of State, obviously. Other than that, I don't know. I like basketball. I played basketball in high school enough. Rode the pine a little bit. Had some post knowledge. Was a bigger guy, and just kind of did my thing. I can't say that I was a college basketball player like you two. I did receive an offer for college football, but due to a couple concussions and a willingness to keep my brain from becoming pudding, I politely declined that offer. So, yeah. Otherwise, my credentials include witnessing a NBA G League championship. Shout out to the Skyforce. And most recently, one of the more recent Skyforce games I had been to, I saw J-Bo. So, I know some things, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say a fairly knowledgeable Heat fan. And,
Let's go Heat.
There might be some opportunities to draft Heat alumni in this draft.
Yeah, and honestly, most of those players are probably better than the current Heat roster. So,
I bet Eric Spoelstra could take them to at least the conference finals.
Yeah, these guys, some of them at least got drafted, which most of our roster guys these days are undrafted guys that play really well for the Heat and then sign elsewhere and turn back into undrafted guys.
By elsewhere, you mean the Los Angeles Lakers?
It does happen quite frequently.
If I had
Kenny Nunn's doing great overseas, so maybe it's a Lakers issue. I don't know.
We had a good coach, and we still do. But I'm still against that Vogel firing, to be honest.
I think his replacement was even better.
Darvin Ham.
Darvin Ham was kind of the GOAT.
I liked his one play that he drew up on the whiteboard. What was it? Play solid defense.
It was contest without fouling.
Oh, that's what. There you go.
And if we just would have followed the game plan and contested without fouling, I think we'd be okay right now.
That was a good play. That was a clever draw up.
Anyways, I feel like we're neglecting Mitchell here. Mitchell, do you have a couple words to say, or maybe people forgot about you? What do you got to say before this draft?
If they forgot about me after listening to me literally last episode, that's their problem. Go listen to the other episode and you can find out about me. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what you guys have been talking about. I've been doing my draft board.
It's much better than this one because I'm not on it. So this one's probably about a 30% decline. It only gets worse from here. So I encourage you all to take off your headphones, go for a walk, quit neglecting your families, and yeah.
You know, when I was recruiting for Rec League, which by the way, 1 month from now, Jesse and I take on the hardwood and take on probably a bunch of 30-year-old dads.
Wow.
But that was a big response I got. It was like, hey, if I go play basketball once a week for a couple months, I'm actively neglecting my family, and I think we gotta take that to heart, Jesse. We need to look inward.
I think that just try harder the other 6 days. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyways, on that note, let's kick off the draft. So I drew, we saw it, the 3 names
Rigged.
and had a little draft. You saw it.
I was first.
You won the draft.
Yeah.
That's how I know. I paid Aaron $20 for that spot.
So Jesse will be drafting first, Mitchell second, I'll be third, and then it's a snake draft, so I'll get the 3rd and 4th pick all the way through 9 rounds. So without further ado, I think I'm going to get my stopwatch or whatever going. Everyone's going to have, should we just do 1 minute to select?
Oh, not even that. That's that's gonna make for a lot of dead
Look,
radio.
if you can't make a decision in 10 seconds, you're gone.
On
right,
a podcast, that is unacceptable for us to sit here and go, well, interesting.
Let's do
Anybody listening to this is going to be like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to silence for a minute.
all right.
Unless Aaron wants to do a ton of editing.
Should we do a 30-second college shot clock?
Sure. I mean, if we need that long, sure, but we can always just like attempt to go.
Just be entertaining. If you're going to take all 30 seconds, you got to, give us a joke.
Yeah.
We'll do a
perfect.
30-second college shot clock, and if you don't take up all of it, that's preferable. All right, here we go. First round. Jesse, who is your number
Luka
1
Garza.
overall pick? Wow.
That's how fast I am.
That was hard.
Yeah,
It was not. It was not difficult at all. I promise. That is the only good choice.
Our 1 National Player of the Year. All
Who
right.
would have thought that he would
Probably
go number 1?
The best Luka in the NBA.
I would agree with that for sure.
Aaron?
I mean, especially hey, just look at the playoffs last season. We had a Luka versus Luka playoff matchup, and which Luka won that matchup? Garza, exactly.
No comment from the Lakers fan.
Anyways, Mitchell, who's your first round pick?
All right, with the number 2 pick, I'm going to take a guy who arguably had a season just about as good as Luka Garza's prime season. And so with that number 2 pick, I'm gonna take my all-around wing, Mr. Keegan Murray over here.
Tough pick. You're put in a tough situation there. Yeah, no, I mean Keegan Murray, I feel like definitely, even though he's probably the 2nd greatest Hawkeye of all time, probably underrated just because they think at 21, they think, oh, we were like the 2nd seed and all that. Part of the time ranked like 5 in the nation. Keegan Murray led us to a Big Ten championship. People forget that.
Yeah, I've got my algorithm has Garza and Murray like right next to each other, and then there's a huge drop off between 2 and 3. Sorry, Aaron. But like the gap between 2 and 3 is the same gap as between 3 and 10. Actually, 3 and 11, excuse me.
Yeah, I saw that 3rd place and I was like, shoot. Anyways, with my 3rd pick, look, Jared Utoff, scorer, and can play some defense. I'm going him 3rd. Ronnie Lester, it's hard to pass up the Lakers legend. Hit just a humongous shot for us back in, what was it, 79, 80? I think it was 1980.
Remember
hit that shot. Yeah. And led us to that was the Final Four season. That shot got us to the Final Four. And I'm taking Jared Utoff and Ronnie Lester.
Yeah, that's valid. I think after Keegan Murray, I really just want to. I think Iowa has a lot, especially here in the Fran McCaffrey era. Like we've got a lot of like really potent offense, and so with that, I am actually going to slide down and take AC Earl, who was the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year in his prime, averaged. Let me check here. 20 points, 6 boards, and 4 blocks in college while being an efficient post player as well. And I guess I'm looking here. We don't have a lot of post guys who are good on both sides of the ball. Like there's a few of them, and I'm sure they'll get taken as we get further down. But I just want that rim protection,
That's a good pick. Good pick. Defense wins championships, and the options here are a little limited. So, Jesse, second round pick. Who you got? The second and third.
Listen, as the old head, the unk status of this group, I feel like I gotta represent the older listeners, and so I'm gonna throw it back a little bit, not too far, but I'm gonna take B.J. Armstrong, Bulls legend.
Good pick.
I think
Good pick.
Michael Jordan's not Michael Jordan without B.J. Armstrong.
That is true. He won 0 titles without B.J. Armstrong.
And repeat doesn't happen without B.J. Armstrong.
True that. And, B.J. Armstrong, he averaged 18 points and 5 assists per game during his 4 years at Iowa. So just a solid player, man. Gotta love B.J.
I do love B.J. He's one of my favorites, honestly.
Amen.
Is there a third rounder, Jesse, you'd like to take?
Oh, shoot. I forgot yes, it's back to me. Wow, I really, Roy Devon Marble.
Oh, that killed me a little bit.
Yeah.
I love Roy Devon Marble, man.
I know, dude.
That was my guy.
Iowa legend. Those were the glory days.
Doesn't get talked about enough, honestly.
I know. I did some slight research on this. I tried to rely on some of my own ball knowledge as well. But you got to do your research, and I think all the lists I found, he's way too far down. Underrated.
Yeah, absolutely. He was like the scorer of the Fran McCaffrey era. Like just pure, like he'll ISO, he can hit threes, three level scorer. I love Roy Devon Marble.
Oh, I crossed off the wrong Roy Marble on my depth chart here.
Oh, not to be confused with Roy Marble.
Yeah. Okay.
Who is probably ranked higher than Roy Devon Marble on on a lot of lists.
He is, and honestly, I don't really see it. As much as I love Devon's father, Roy, like Roy Devon Marble's just pure shooter. He just drains it.
It's it's like the iPhone 16 versus the 17. You got some good usage out of the 16. It's just an upgrade. There's no looking back. You don't take your old phone out of the drawer.
That is true. All right, Mitchell.
To be clear, just to do a mild bit of checking here, Roy Marble averaged more points and rebounds and and steals on better efficiency than his son ever did. Not that I'm going to take him, but that you can't be disrespecting the OG like that.
Well, but aura, you can't. You didn't factor.
Okay.
In aura.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. I did not take aura.
Even though I think many Hawkeyes fans probably give it to Roy.
There's definitely a recency bias, and it's hard because you grow up watching these guys, and there's something about that, and so it is hard. I mean, even looking at the NBA, which I unfortunately probably know a lot more about the NBA than I do college ball, even, but anything beyond the early 80s, it's like I know nothing.
That's fair. All right, Mitchell, who you got?
Let's see. I've got Keegan Murray, who plays, the 3-4 range, can play either of those, and then AC Earl. To be clear, I do need to correct. Earlier. I accidentally quoted Andre Woolridge's stats when I said 26 and 4 blocks. Or he didn't actually average 4 blocks. I just assumed that number was blocks. AC Earl in his prime averaged 29 rebounds and 4 blocks. But with that in mind, I need some guards here, and I'm going to take the guy who's averaged more assists per game than anybody in Hawkeye history, and that's going to be Mr. Andre Woodridge. In his prime, averaged 20 points, 6.1 assists on decent efficiency. But I want a guy who can move the ball around and can be a facilitator on a team that's going to have a lot of really capable scorers. So that's my pick.
Yeah, I feel like he gets lost in like the whole Hawkeye lore because you really don't hear about him that much, but we talk about like what, third team All-American.
Yeah. It was kind of a toss-up between him and Ronnie Lester, to be honest, but I think Woodridge just barely edged him out. Pause.
We are big edgers here. So
Nope.
we're not.
Nope.
Okay, I guess we're not.
No.
Okay, so we do have Ronnie Lester, Jared Utoff. So forward wise, I'm pretty good to go. Now I'm really gonna need some scores. I'm gonna need someone down low. So with that, I think my next pick, I'm going that direction.
I know it's going to be.
I'm going to take Reggie Evans.
Never mind.
Ooh, okay.
Reggie Evans, we talk about legends of the game and legends of the Hawks. Like, and almost in the same breath as Keegan Murray, Reggie Evans also led the Hawks, Big Ten champions, and just like known for his physicality and defense. And you know me, this is the kind of culture I'm trying to set, and there's not a lot of picks to do it. So taking Reggie Evans there. Now I kind of just need maybe one more big, but we definitely need some guards here. Or do we? I think Utoff could be a really good guard. Lester even could. So I'm shocked he's fallen this far, but give me Chris Murray. Definitely the less talked about Murray twin, which, Keegan is incredible in his own rank. But you talk about what Chris did for the Hawks. You talk about like he led them to the NCAA tournament pretty much. No hate to like Sanford or Perkins, but not a lot of help there to bring him to the tournament. And that Michigan State game I will forever live in my head rent free.
Can't forget that team also had Philip Rebraca, who was an all Big Ten player that year.
I do like Philip. They were disrespecting Philip right before we made that comeback.
Big L for them.
So I could put what you tell.
It's like Mitchell's back on the clock.
I'm debating whether or not, because I have a player that like, do I go for the best player available or do I go for fit?
I feel like at this early in the game, in my opinion, you go for the best available, and then you kind of jigsaw it together. That's my mentality, but I understand.
No, that's fair.
If you get that,
the thing is, there's only 2 picks until I'm up again, and so the chance the guy that I'm looking for fit might fall that far.
True.
I don't know if he will. I feel like I can't spoil it just in case spoil any part of it. So with that in mind, I wanna go pick up. I'm going to go pick up a guy that I had right next to Andre Woodridge, who is also super capable of being a ball handler. I'm going to go take Ronnie Lester. And so
he's taken.
I do have Ronnie.
Oh, you did? I totally missed that.
I got him in the second round.
You kind of alluded to that, Mitchell, when you picked up Woolridge, and I was like, I don't think Aaron's going to let that slide.
That's valid. Okay, wait. Let me double check. Okay. Garza, yeah. Armstrong, yeah. Marble, yeah. Okay, Udoff, yeah. Lest. Oh, yeah. I just missed him. Okay, fair enough. In that case, so sorry for trying to steal your player, Aaron. Yeah, these two are also kind of right next to each other. Let's see. We've got, I need to find where there we go. You know what? I'm actually gonna go and I'm going to take another kind of old head guy to beef up my front court just a little bit more. And I'm going to go take Jess Settles.
Ooh,
okay. First team, all Big Ten. Had that injury at the start of his senior year that really kind of took him out of it. But before that, he was a first team all Big Ten player, averaged 15, 7.5, and 3 on good efficiency. And I think he could be a solid fit between Murray and Earl, I guess, if I run Keegan at the 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Aaron's gonna hate me
my
for
guy.
this. Aaron's gonna hate me for this next pick. And we've both seen him live in action against our Skyforce, and so I'm gonna go Peter Jock. I think
Oh, I
he's
thought you were gonna say Jordan Bohannon. I was like, no way, you're
no, I'm not. I love
That's early.
J-Bo, but no, he's still playing at Iowa, right? He might still be on the Iowa Wolves, actually. I don't know.
No, he's officially retired now.
Oh, well, shoot.
I
It
think-
was fun to watch, but no, I'm Peter Jock. You think of versatility, you think of him. He's just, one of the most gifted scorers I think that Iowa's really ever seen, and especially recent history. So, yeah.
Between Peter Jack and Roy Devin Marble, it's definitely those two.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Aaron, because I am going to take, as Mitchell alluded to, perhaps the OG is actually the better Roy Marble. And so, let's do a little father-son here. It's going to be a lot better duo than Bron and Bronny, because, Roy Devin Marbles actually knows how to play basketball. But, yeah, they should complement each other well.
I just want to point out something really quick before I say my pick. So I've got my draft board here, right? And so when you drafted Devin Marble earlier, I had that moment where I was like, oh, you mean the son. And so before I realized that, I had actually crossed out Roy Marble on my draft board and didn't think to correct it. And so I have Roy Marble higher on my draft board than Jess Settles. And so if I had realized that,
It's all a head game.
yeah,
That's what I'm
fair.
going for here.
All right. So right now I got a starting five of Andre Woodridge at the 1. I'm running Keegan Murray at the 3, Jess Settles at the 4, AC Earl at the 5. And so I think right now the rest of the players that I've got on my draft board are kind of like close enough to each other that I want to create just a really solid starting 5. And so with that, at my 2, I'm going to draft probably like the best player on the first Hawkeye teams I ever watched. I'm going to draft Mr. Adam Haluska.
Okay.
Who in his prime averaged, let me check here, 21 points, 4.5 boards, 2.5 assists on good efficiency. And so we just, we need a straight shooter here. We've got a lot of guys who can create. And so I think that's a starting 5 that doesn't have a ton of flashy names, but it's a team that's going to work really well together as a fit,
I see going big fit guy. I think that's smart because you can throw out all the talent you want, but if their talents don't complement each other, then you're kind of up a creek.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I have the opportunity to do a lot of things. And I got Ronnie Lester on my point. Utah can be a 3. Chris Murray can be a 3 or 4. I got really 2 forwards. Reggie Evans could also be a power forward if we really wanted to. You can move Jared Uthoff down and just be a giant shooting guard who plays really good defense. And so I could get a center. I could get a shooting guard. Could get a power forward. There's a lot of things I could do here. But with that, I think what I'm going to do is draft Aaron White.
He sure is. Oh, sorry.
Aaron White was my next pick.
Yes, you are, Aaron.
I got snow on my wrists. It's called my skin. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, move Jared Uthoff down to the 2. Chris Murray can be my 3. I think Aaron White is probably the best at the 4 here, so I'm going to move him to the 4. Reggie Evans has a 5. He's a little undersized, but very physical, and I think that makes up for it. Now,
Aaron White can kind of do it all. I mean, he was a good scorer, but he was a reliable defender.
Yeah. I think maybe even that, or I could move him down to the 3 because I think he's a little bit of a better perimeter scorer than Chris Murray was. And I think Chris Murray kind of did a little bit better at the 4. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. Now,
is that your decision or is that the coach you draft's decision?
That is true. I think either or would be good. So, speaking of a coach, in my 6th...
Oh. I was going to say, he's really doing it.
Oh, yeah. This is where things get a little... I think... Thanks for my senior picture.
It's always
but
here.
with that, I have a lot of good forwards And with that, like usually your fifth pick and your first off the bench, you kind of want to have at the same position. I'm not gonna go that way just because we have three guys who can play, honestly, four guys who can play the four really well. Um, so with that, I think I might either go to a center, which I think taking a center this early might be a little rough. So I'm gonna go with a guard. And with my sixth round pick, he's not on this list, but he's about to be.
Jabo.
No. All right, with my sixth round pick.
You're leaving us all in suspense, Aaron.
Give me Bennett Sturts.
That's out of left field. You know, he's feeling it. He's got it.
There's so many players on the board. You choose freaking Bennett Sturts.
I hope Bennett Sturts.
No disrespect to Bennett Sturts.
I hope he listens to this and he's like, Mitchell.
Look, I'm not saying he's a bad player by any means, but you're saying, hold on. What round are we in? I can't even tell. We're in the sixth round. You're saying that he is a top 16 Hawkeye of all time?
He's about to have a top 16 season of a Hawkeye of all time.
He's not.
Crazy.
I feel like he has to hit the court for the Hawks before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's a technicality there.
Is he not a Hawkeye? Is he not a Hawkeye?
Mitchell, let's not argue this because let Aaron blow his pick. I mean,
that's fair. Bennett Sturts tears his ACL in game 1 and averages 1 point a game. Aaron's team is going to be so bad.
When Bennett Sturts is cutting down the nets at the Final Four, and we look back on this episode, everyone's gonna look like a fool except for me.
Aaron,
no, I'm not even saying he's gonna be bad. Never mind.
That will not be because of him. That will be because Fred Hoiberg is nowhere near that court, and that will be the reason they don't choke in the first or second round.
Let's just think of this. Will Bennett Sturts be better than Tony Perkins, the second team Big Ten?
We don't know.
Do you expect him to be better than Tony? Will you predict that he will be better than Tony Perkins?
No.
This season?
Yes.
No, I don't think he will. I think the most likely option is that he does not make first team All Big Ten in his first season.
Well, he's a senior.
They say this is it.
This is it for him.
Well, his first season, in the Big Ten, on this level of stage. I hope he does. I hope he proves me wrong. But I don't think we have any reason to believe that.
So give it a couple months or a lot of months, and this will look like a smart pick if he makes first team Big Ten. Will it look like a smart pick if he makes second team Big Ten?
I think what Aaron's doing here is he's making outlandish claims. You might as well be on ESPN. He makes these outlandish
You're
claims.
literally the Nick Wright of Iowa basketball.
No, don't you dare say that. Don't you dare.
No matter. Listen,
you can call me Skip Bayless. That's fine.
Skip. That's all he's doing here. If he's way wrong, we're still getting clickbait. We'll say, listen, we did an all-time draft, and you know who Aaron picked up in the 6th round? Good old Bennett.
You remember when Colin Cowherd talked about how Josh Allen wasn't as good as and then named 4 quarterbacks who were out of the league in half a season?
You know what's worse? Hey, LeBron, Ben Simmons is here.
Yes, that's it. That's the
one. What am I supposed to say? Tony Perkins, it's okay. You can go. Bennett Sturts is here. Bennett Sturts.
It's just as bad.
Literally the last March Madness, Bennett Sturts was cooking Tony Perkins. You don't remember that? That happened 7 months ago.
Unfortunately, when players put on the black and gold, they immediately become cursed.
Hey, this is not an Iowa football quarterback.
The lights are too bright here in Iowa City, Iowa.
Yeah, because they weren't bright enough in Des Moines.
Exactly, yes. Everybody knows that.
Anyways,
let's keep it rolling. We could spend all night cooking Aaron on this one, but
go for it. Y'all about to look silly. Give it 6 months.
Okay.
We will see.
All right. With that in mind, I've got my starting 5. Looking for a 6th man. Gosh, there's not a ton of yeah. I mean, we're looking here the rest of the guys who've. Actually, I guess they can't see that, so that's fair. But I'm just gonna go for the guy that's best available. I just quick put him through my algorithm, and he placed a lot higher than I expected him to. So my 6th man off the bench, I'm gonna take Ryan Bowen.
Okay.
Of the late 90s Hawkeyes, first team All Big Ten forward who averaged 15-9, led the league in steals, 2.5 steals a game, plus added a block and a half as well. So another defensive stalwart that we can put out on the wing or in the post or something like that.
Big hustle guy.
Yeah,
Love to see it.
That's what you say about every white player.
He just
So every player from Iowa.
first one in the gym, last one out. Just
big hustle guy. Because they have to hustle because the raw talent isn't there.
I feel that. All right,
man.
Jesse, you're up. You got 2 picks.
Okay, well, I am ready, actually. I'll have you know. So my first pick, I'm looking at my team, and we need a little more size. You know, we've got some height, but we need a good, just some size, especially Luka gets tired, like we see with the Timberwolves. Got to pull him out. So I'm taking a center, power forward / center. Also a Heat legend, Brad Lowhouse.
Wow.
So 7-footer. Just love that size, especially in college ball. Size wins championships.
That is true. Size makes a big difference, some may say.
Size doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like Zach Edey, like Ede. I don't even know how you say his name.
Zach Edey.
There you go. Purdue dude. Size goes a lot further in the NCAA than it does in pro ball.
That's true.
All right. Well, I'm doubling down on the theme, by the way. Not on size, but on Heat legends. And I'm taking Ricky Davis.
Ricky Davis and Wolves legend.
Heat legend. I think he was on that Heat team when Wade won his first championship, I believe.
He might have been.
Oh, he might have been on bot. No.
Why do all Hawkeyes go to Boston?
Well, he was drafted by the Hornets. He had a stint
Because
with the
they're
Heat.
white, Aaron. You know this.
Well,
Ricky's black.
not Ricky Davis.
No, it's fine. He went to Iowa. That means he's kind of white.
Not Ricky Davis. Oh man, I love Ricky Davis.
Fun fact, I do have his jersey.
Do you really? Timberwolves?
I got a Timberwolves Ricky Davis jersey.
I want to get a Heat one.
That'd be sick.
We'll coordinate. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Hey, if you ever want to go to Carver with me this year, you can go bring it.
I'll get a jersey. Apparently, he played for the Maine Red Claws.
Yes.
I'm gonna dig one of those up.
I played the Maine Red Claws. Was that 2K13? Am I player?
Oh,
Maybe
was
14?
Luka in that one yet?
I
those foreign
don't think he
teams?
was there till like 16, I want to say.
That's true. He's too young. Man, I'm old. That's not good.
Yeah, Luka is just so young, even though he's older than me. That's why I say it. He's just a super young guy.
Oh,
Anyways.
I'm getting old. This ain't good.
What you
Mitchell's
got,
back on
Mitchell?
the board.
All right. I'm thinking what I need right now is probably, man, I've got a lot of like guys who are just really, they fill a specific role and all of them can put the ball in the bucket. I don't think I picked a player that's averaged less than like 15 to 17 points per game yet in their prime. But since I picked Ryan Bowen last time with my number 6 pick, I'm wanting to pick a guard to kind of even this out. And I'm kind of deciding between two. I've got one who's a slightly better / more efficient scorer, and one who's better at basically everything else. And so I think I'm gonna I've got the guys who do everything else. If I can just have this guy come off the bench and hit his shots, like be that guy, you know? And so with that, it's my 7th man. I'm going to take Matt Gatens.
It's a good pick.
Just like looking at his efficiency is actually like really impressive for a guard.
You know, you think of Matt Gaines, you think of one of those, like, they were the tone setting team kind of for the Fran McCaffrey era.
Yeah.
Of just really good, like, offensive players. Not that he was a bad defense player, but like, you know,
if I can, or keep going.
Like, he's got good size on him too, and like he is actually not that bad of a playmaker for someone who plays more 2 than a 1. But yeah, good pick.
Yeah.
Was that all? Or did you have something else to say? I feel like I cut you off.
No, that's it.
Oh,
all I
I
got.
thought you were giving him a free pick. I thought you were handing yours over. I'm like, I'll take it.
All right,
He's going to blow his picks on dumb picks anyways. Bennett Sturts.
Bennett Sturts is about to blow you guys out the water.
Huh?
You heard me. All right, so I need a wing and I need a big. So, okay, I think I get Greg Stotts, Egg Horton, Greg Brunner. Really, all the remaining like first teamers and even a couple of second teamers would be a good post here. And then I'd also need a wing, which like guys who can hit shots efficiently. You don't have a lot of them until you get to like more the third team. So, and I don't really have like a true big. Reggie Evans is more like a 4-5 mix. He's not like just put him down in the post and he'll just be like tall. So with that, ooh.
Clock ticking, Aaron. I think those 30 seconds are going awfully slow.
All right, I'm going to take Greg Brunner as my 7th round pick.
A little bit of a safe pick there, but
yeah, I mean it was tough between him and Ed, but you know I can remember Greg Brunner playing, and that was kind of the my last thought into that. And then
his nice hair. I think he shaved his head at some point.
Yeah.
So
with Greg Brunner being off, my draft board is officially there's no one left. I have no longer researched any of these people.
It is now a vibes only draft.
We're almost into coaches, though. I mean, let's keep that in mind, gang. This is round 8 of 9, and we all need a coach. Unless you want to take my suggestion, just let one of these players coach. I'm not going to let Luka Garza see the court. I'm just going to let him coach.
With that in mind,
please do that.
Can we simulate this in some way? Can we have AI simulate this?
We could. I could have it like tell a story and everything.
I think we need that. But so how would we do that? A tournament of 3?
I guess it could be like round robin.
Okay. Or you could just have it pick it apart. Like, hey, which of these teams would defeat the other 2?
That's fair. We just go around 15s.
We'll see what happens.
Even like 9 rounds, I'm kind of getting towards the end of my thoughts
That's the
here.
Thing. Some of these old heads, you just don't know them. You just didn't watch them. You're not familiar with their game. There's probably some old heads they're better than the guys we've picked.
Yeah, I went through everybody who made like an All-American team, and then all of the first team Big Tens post Ed Horton. And there were definitely some people like I was not expecting like AC Earl to be as high as he was, or I don't know, even like Settles. But
with this, I have a decent confidence that there's a couple guys who I kind of put on the same level that they're going to be there. Now that I say that, probably not going to, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk and choose my coach just a little bit early. Give me.
I
Ben
already
McCollum.
know who this is going to be. Yep. Like there was any question.
Yeah, I freaking knew that. I wrote down. I did a tiny little coach scouting thing, and I wrote down. I literally was like, I only need 2 because Aaron's gonna pick Ben McCollum.
I love Ben McCollum, man. I love Ben McCollum. Hasn't even coached a game. He's my favorite coach.
I hope he's coached a game, just not for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, he's actually won. How many games was it? Like 800 something games already. It's insane.
Yeah, he's gonna be a big. It's already you're already seeing the culture shift, which is good. We needed it. Iowa Hawkeye basketball was unfortunately just fading into obscurity, so it's time to shake things up, and I think he's doing exactly that. And he's going to let us play something called defense. I'm not really familiar with it, but I think it'll change things.
Oh man, his number one promise at his press conference was like, "Hey, maybe we'll play slow, maybe we'll play fast, maybe we'll play certain different ways, just depending on our roster." And he really wants to make it known that I'm going to coach our guys the way our roster is set up. But one thing's never going to change. We're always going to play defense, which is kind of why when you take a look at the portal, you take a look at these guys, you're like, hey, not a lot of them are known for being defenders, but I have confidence until he proves me otherwise that Ben McCollum can make us a good defensive team no matter what.
The bad thing is that's going to hurt their NBA draft eligibility because I don't think the NBA has that yet. Defense? Is that what it's...
Hey, Marcus Smart and Jared Vanderbilt are going to carry the Lakers defense this year. And
so is Marcus Smart going to dye his hair purple or yellow?
Purple probably would look better, honestly.
Is yellow just blonde? That can't be good for your hair. I feel like that's got to have some.
He's going to lose
effects.
It before 40. Yeah.
Worth it.
Anyways, Mitchell, round 8. Who we got?
Wow. I'm thinking like, okay, we're at a point where like, okay, I've got like 2 picks before my next one. And so when I'm looking at players and like the guys that are left, I don't think there are any like 2 guys that stick out. So like if I don't pick a player now and I move or like I take a coach now, like the quality of player that I'm going to get next round as my 8th man isn't really going to go down that much. And so with that in mind, I'm going to take Dr. Tom Davis as my head coach.
We do love Dr. Tom. I think with Tom Davis, like his, what was it? Went to the Elite Eight. That was all players who he did not recruit. And that's just like the coach right before him was just super good at recruiting. And once Dr. Tom got a hold of him, like if you can choose, it's going to sound terrible. If you can choose his players, Dr. Tom might just be the best pick out of the coaches.
Yeah, I also do want to point out that Iowa did make the Final Four under Dr. Tom Davis, I'm pretty sure.
It was final. I thought it was the Elite Eight because I thought we won the Sweet 16. We got to the Elite Eight and we ran into UNLV.
Well, actually, I don't know when Tom Davis was the coach or when he started coaching.
Lute Olson took us to the Final Four.
So yeah, his first year he did he made us the Elite Eight.
You're right. So Lute Olson took us there, and then who was the coach? We made the Final Four. I saw we made the Final Four in 1980, and I was like, 80, Dr. Tom. But yes, you're right. He started coaching in 86.
And then I think George Graveling took over, and he had like 3 or 4 years where he just like recruited like insane classes, but just was not that good of a coach. And then Dr. Tom took over, and in his first year, like he had all that talent, and that's how he got back to the Elite Eight.
And he 6 out of 7 years he made the tournament, and he never lost in the first round, which unfortunately we've seen a lot as Hawkeye fans.
Yeah, that's just insane for his first 6-7 years.
6-7. You can't see the hand movements. You can imagine them. And on that note, I will take Lonzo Ball. Oh no, sorry, it's LaMelo.
Okay,
not eligible.
Ball in the family.
Can't take a UCLA player.
No, probably not.
Unfortunately, they've been available this whole time.
As you see at the bottom, I actually have Lonzo Ball and
just way
Alex
down
Caruso, here. Jesse's nightmare, Alex Caruso.
Baldy. I'm sure he'll listen to this. Okay. So I feel like I've got some good guys here already. Obviously, Luka Garza, BJ Armstrong, Peter Jock, Roy Marble, and his son, who is better than him. And a couple other homies as well. But so my last 2 picks, obviously one of them will have to be a coach. But when I think of, me personally, this is a pick from my experiences. And I think about watching Iowa basketball. I think of Jared Utoff. So I'm going to pick up Jared. That is dead radio. That is bad practice. Oh, you picked him way up there? That's insane.
He was what?
Jared Utoff was a second-team All-American who was first-team All-Defense in the Big Ten.
You remember how good Jared Utoff was?
Every Iowa list I have gone through.
These kids have no idea how good Jared Utoff was.
Every list I have, Iowa, I'm serious. He's way down on every list.
I had Jared Utoff.
He's not top 20 on any of these lists.
They're capping.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're 23 picks in, and on the current list on ranker.com, he's 23.
Yeah, who's making this? Is this a Reddit list?
No, I'm also looking at, I've got a few sources here. Top 10. No, Jared Utoff, sorry. He's not on any of these lists.
I'd say pre-Luka, he was probably the GOAT of the Fran McCaffrey era.
I agree.
For sure.
I thought we were good. I thought I was going to get by with it. Fine, give me J-Bo, I sadly say. He'll pair with Luka. They can have a little rendezvous. It's fine. He sweated on me. I'll sit in courtside.
And say we also saw J-Bo.
If the team gets in a fight at a bar, we need someone to back him up.
I don't think you're winning that.
I think Luka might. Luka's a good Christian guy. He probably won't participate.
Say Ricky Davis is probably your best bet in a fight. For me, it's definitely Reggie
Brad
Evans.
Lohaus. It's probably Brad Lohaus.
Yeah, that
Dude
could
was
be
a freaking brick wall.
So I think for Mitchell, I think that AC Earl, he might be the one when it comes to a fight.
This mix up is like the Roy Marble for Mitchell. Probably worse. I seriously thought he was going late in the pick. I was confused.
I will say after Luka and Keegan, it is quite a drop. But I think that the top of the drop is definitely Jared Utoff.
Based on your algorithm, Mitchell, where was he?
So one thing to take into consideration is that with this, my normal algorithm takes like defensive accolades into account, and this shortened one did not. So without any sort of like consideration for defense and just box score stats, Jared Utoff was number 11 of the 15 guys. I had him, of the guys that I like went through and did stuff for, he was, he was just barely above Chris Murray, and he was significantly above Peter Jock and Devin Marble.
Okay, see, I think, and if you look at that, I mean, I took Peter Jock in the 4th round.
Yeah, I didn't hate Jock in the 4th round.
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, it's a good pickup, Aaron. I think it's early.
Well, you have to consider that Jared Utoff.
Keep going.
You have to consider that Jared Utoff not only made first team all defense in the Big Ten, he did it while being coached by Fran McCaffrey. Now imagine we have Ben McCollum here. Scary.
All right, well, that actually is a great transition. For my final pick, I'm picking up Fran, and here's why. The Franwich from Applebee's. I don't know if either of you remember this, but it was delicious. It was a Philadelphia steak, like a cheesesteak sandwich, and it was delicious. It had some sautéed peppers, it had some onions, melted cheese. Typically came with onion rings and Hayden fries. So
that's good.
I respect it. The bad thing about that is, so I liked the Franwich, but unfortunately the Hoiberger was actually far more delicious, which pains me to say. Screw Fred Hoy. Well, I have nothing against him personally, but the situations he's been in, I feel bad for him on the Bulls. That didn't go well. But the Hoiberger was a burger with ham on it, and what can you ask more? A burger with ham. But I'm still taking the Franwich.
That's hey. Speaking of fights, if you want to coach get into a fight, it's probably Fran.
Oh, I love when his face gets red. It's just good entertainment. It's like the WWE.
Oh man, yeah. I remember my favorite just Hawkeye moment of all time that I was there for was that 2023 game against Michigan State. We're down by like 12 with like a minute left, and Fran just starts staring down the ref, and we ended up winning that game.
Again, a big aura guy. Not really a great coach, but a big aura guy. He was fun to watch. He's like, what's the quote from that bowler? Loved me or hate me, you watched. And that was true. That was true of old Fran.
I'm just shocked you didn't take Todd Lickliter right there.
He does have a fun name.
And anyways, Mitchell, your last pick. Who you got?
Well, coming off my bench, I've got Gayton as a guard and Bowen as a big. And so I've been kind of contemplating since my Gayton's pick what I would do with my 8th man. Like, do I load up on another guard?
Mitchell, I have a suggestion. Take Jared Utah.
No, you're right. I never finished this earlier. Jared Utah was number 11 on my thing normally. If defensive accolades would have been considered, he probably would have jumped to like number 7, right ahead of the original Roy Marble, and Jeff Settles and Aaron White.
I think he gets sold short, not by this group, obviously, but I think we're the intended demographic because we watched, him cook people. But
Utah?
Yeah.
I think sure. Yes.
Maybe these online lists are ran by old heads or retired people. I don't know.
All right. Well, with that, my 8th man, I'm kind of just finding someone who can like be versatile. Like if I want this guy to like run as like a big guard, I think he has the ability to do that to some extent, but also can like has the size to be able to be versatile on both ends. And so with that, I think, and again, I'm just taking this guy because like I'm aware of him. So there's probably some of these older guys in here that I'm just not aware of. But I'm gonna take with my eighth pick. I'm gonna take Mr. Peyton Sandfort.
Ooh, that's a great pick. Stretch the floor a little bit. Under Dr. Tom, probably plays a little bit better defense.
Yeah, I was up in the air between Sandfort and Jeff Horner. Jeff Horner. Hold on, let me tell you something real quick. I'm just kind of like I'm not gonna lie. I'm scrolling through the Iowa men's basketball all-time records to find players. But in terms of 3-point field goal percentage, actually number one, I will say, is Jordan Bohannon, who shot 40% for his career, which is kind of insane. But Jeff Horner is at number two, who shot 37% in the mid-2000s, which is pretty crazy. But Peyton Sandfort is right behind him. Like I said, he's like Peyton Sandfort's bigger. Like he was a little bit better of a playmaker, rebounder, does a little bit more than Horner does. And so I'm willing to take that like slight decrease in shooting ability for the trade-off of Sandfort's. Well, one, he's very able to play off the bench, as we see by his Sixth Man of the Year award in the Big Ten. But yeah, it's my eighth man.
Yeah,
I would like to say, I went on his Instagram. Sorry, I went on Peyton's Instagram, and his most recent photo has 6,666 likes. So I would encourage you to switch your pick because that just seems
that's valid.
I could like it to make it, throw off that number.
Yeah. Everyone go to Peyton Sanford's Insta real quick and let's change that.
He's getting married, so it's for a good cause. So if we get 3 likes in there,
there we go.
We'll get away from that number. Perfect.
Oh, it's at 7 right now.
Okay. We saved it.
6 was 6, 7.
Oh, this is this person. She goes to our church.
Yeah, I thought that was known for a while. That Peyton Sanford.
Oh, that's right. Because That's right. So throwback to when I met her because she's friends with another person who runs track and field at the University of Iowa.
So Mitchell's just picking his friends at this point.
Aaron, do you remember this conversation? Now that I'm looking at it, I feel like I remember telling you this.
Yeah. I'm willing to tell Jesse about it once this recording is over.
Fair enough.
In the low chance that this person sees this episode.
That's crazy.
No doxing.
But with that, we're at my final pick. I was actually it was between 2 players and Mitchell took one of them, so that actually makes my pick a lot easier. So with my last pick, again, I just kind of want a guy who can come off the bench, be a good wing, shoot the shot, was a decent defender even under a different coach. But yeah, give me Joe Wieskamp to finish things out.
There.
Fellow...
I picked him in the first round. What do you mean?
That's
how that feels.
Fellow class of 2018 Iowa High School. We were at the state tournament together. He did a little bit better than I did. But, just I feel like he also gets underrated as like he played the second fiddle to Garza during like the 2020 and 2021 season. So
he was the Chris Middleton to Luka's Giannis, except with no defense.
With better teeth.
Yeah,
better teeth. Yeah, Joe Wieskamp, remember the last game with like Wieskamp and Garza against Oregon? I want to say
so mad about the fact that Oregon had a bye game.
Yeah, that was
some BS.
I feel good about
Is that why we lost? Probably not, but also like how do you give one team like an extra like 3 days of rest and like prep time, basically?
I will say I watched that with Aaron and my late grandfather, rest in peace, Grandpa, and he was incredibly disappointed. So I want you to know that even Grandpa knew ball, and
Grandpa did no ball.
That was not good ball.
Yeah, so here's the thing with the starters, and this is a big reason why I chose Joe Wieskamp. So Iowa scored 80 points that game. Do you know how many starters had any points? 2.
I remember Oregon's game plan was literally like the 2015 NBA Finals, where it was like, let LeBron get his and shut down everybody else. And that is exactly what Oregon did to us.
Joe Wieskamp had 17 points. Garza had 36. CJ Frederick, Connor McCaffrey, and Jordan Bohannon, the other three starters combined for nothing. They went 0 for 8, 0 for 2 from 3, didn't shoot a free throw. Goodness gracious, that was
get the
horrible.
cardio in.
They did combine for 3 turnovers, though.
Oh, that makes it better. At least they weren't doing absolutely nothing. They were just being a net negative on the court.
It doesn't show me. I wonder if I can pull that. I probably can't. I was going to see if I could see their plus minus on here, but anyways.
So they were pulling Tony Snell.
Yeah, the 28 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. Yeah, I will say I feel a little bad. If we had maybe 1 or 2 more rounds, I would have picked them. But can we just take a second to just appreciate Chris Street, the Hawkeye legend Chris Street, who was taken from us way too early, and exemplifies what it means to be a Hawkeye.
Are we taking it? I mean, obviously, yes. We way too soon. I didn't know if we were taking a moment of silence. I don't know if that's the best podcast thing.
No, I wasn't trying to take a moment of silence. Just wanted to highlight that.
No, let's take about 30 minutes.
I agree.
Hold up. Can you scroll down just 1 second? So we've got a list of some all-time great Hawkeyes here, just so we have something to work with. I'm seeing in other drafted Hawkeyes, for those of you who are listening, in 2006, Eric Hansen won Defensive Player of the Year and did not make an All-Big Ten team.
He did not. He was
drafted too.
Think of Rudy Gobert.
Yes.
He gave everybody COVID?
In 2006.
He's French?
Way.
Or I guess maybe like an 01 Dikembe Mutombo.
Fair enough.
Just a guy who could block shots and really nothing else, which still great. I think he deserves the flowers that he gets.
I don't think you could ever win Defensive Player. I guess I wasn't here to watch it, so maybe it's different. But I'm thinking like through the NBA, there's not a single guy who only won Defensive Player of the Year because he was able to block shots. Otherwise, you'd have Andre Drummond winning Defensive Player of the Year because he like led the league in combined blocks and steals. Because he just bit on everything. Which is exactly what AI did when he won his steals title. He was garbage.
Then everyone's like, "Oh, AI is such a great defender." No.
Yeah.
Anyways,
no hate on AI. Is there any players that you're shocked didn't get taken? For me, like Tyler Cook.
Yeah, Tyler Cook is like kind of he carried the team like the year before Luka took over, almost beat Tennessee.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
I did start considering Tyler Cook there towards the end, but like it was one of those things where, I mean, like pre-Fran McCaffrey era, like we had a lot of like solid forwards and bigs from like the 80s to the 2000s. Like I'm like looking here. I mean, obviously, like we've got AC Earl, but like Jess Settles is a forward, Murray's a forward. Both Murrays were forwards, like Greg Bruner, Aaron White, Jared Uthoff was a forward. I mean, we look at all the like these guys here. Like, I mean, apart from the guys that got taken in maybe like the last round or two, I don't think Cook even really has an argument for being over any of those, except for no, we don't need to get into Bennett Sturst right now.
You just wait. I can't wait 6 months from now. He gets first team All Big Ten, and suddenly it looks like a pretty good pick.
It's not that Tyler Cook isn't good enough to be. He's around. It's tough to be around such good company in this list, and there's just a lot of talent across the board. So I think if we go another round, if we would have gone 10, 11 rounds, I think he probably would have gotten fit in there somewhere. But
yeah, I'll say I was pretty close to. I think both for my 7th and my 8th man, Tony Perkins was pretty close to the top as I was considering guards. Ended up going with wings I ended up going with Gatons over him for Perkins, and then Sanford because I wanted that versatility. But Perkins probably I would have picked up in the next round or two.
Big Perk.
Yes, sir.
That's a different different basketball player.
I'd say one of my favorite games I've ever watched was that Iowa State 2023 game where we just blew them out the water. I think we won by like 30 points, and I just remember Tony Perkins just yamming on some Cyclone, and it's a good moment, real good moment.
Yeah.
I'm shocked no one picked up Philip Rebracha.
Why?
I don't know. I just remember picking up old Benny Boy, and everyone's like, "Oh, Philip Rebracha's right there. Yeah. Go pick him."
Well, I think you said the thing about. Oh no, there was somebody.
Oh, it was about Chris. It was about Chris.
Oh yes, Chris Murray, and you were like, he carried the team by himself, and I was like, well, he had an All Big Ten teammate.
Oh, I'd say he carried it by
clearly
himself.
The number one guy.
I'm just saying, like Luka had Wieskamp, and he had, that was it actually in the last game.
Wieskamp also didn't Wieskamp also peak at third team All Big Ten?
I think so. Honestly, I think that's an underrated thing. I think that's why I was eyeing him from like a couple rounds. Like, hey, Wieskamp. I feel like Wieskamp should have been like a second teamer at least.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to look at the guys who made it above him in order to do that. But I guess I just say that to make the point that like Philip Rebracha and Joe Wieskamp, in terms of accolades, peaked at the same place. Which
you're not going to convince me that Rebracha is better than Joe Wieskamp.
No, I'm not saying he's better. I'm saying that like I don't think you can say like Luka Garza had help because he had Joe Wieskamp, and then not say that Chris Murray didn't have help even though he had Philip Rebracha.
What are you talking about, Garza? Wait, can I share my screen there?
I think if we go back to the bar fight argument, though, it is good to have a Serbian on your side.
That's actually fair. Yeah, can I draft Nikola Jokic's brothers to be my reserves?
Well, tell them to suit up for Iowa and go ahead.
We'll take them. They're probably like 40, but you know.
Oh man. Well, anyways, does anyone have any comments before we sign off for the night?
My drafting was good.
Yeah, I'm happy with how my team turned out. I'm interested to see like if we were to put this into AI. I mean, not only what it says, but because like AI can only work from like the foundations of research that it has available to it, and there's probably not that much available about a lot of these guys, and especially not things that are like nuanced, in-depth research about like random D1 basketball players from like the 80s to the 2000s.
All right, here we go. I threw it into Chat GPT just to give draft grades. My team got an A-. Mitchell, you got an A. Aaron, you also got an A-. So it's giving it to Mitchell. It's saying Mitchell is balanced, deep, and built to win in both college and modern styles. The wording of that makes it seem like this is not qualified to.
Oh no, that was kind of my point. I don't think AI has like the foundation necessary to make. But
I think the Dr. Tom decision is really what put your needle over the edge.
I'm fair with that because like here's the thing: we've got two guys who have like proven to be successful at like the Big Ten level. And I'm not saying Ben McCollum can't do that, but AI can't. It's not going to like rank potential. It's going to rank what have they done. And so that's something where like I see where you're going with it, Aaron. But like anything that we like put into like to evaluate this is going to immediately look at those and be like, oh, they haven't done anything at like the Big Ten level, so they're not really going to be much of a thing. Anyway, I'm trying to see if there's like an Iowa basketball subreddit that we could like post this all-time draft into.
Oh, not the subreddits.
Yes, Hawkeye basketball, 358 members.
Hey, yeah, we got to do an update next week and see what they had to say about our attempt.
Nobody has posted in 3 years.
Hey, bring the boys back.
2020 NBA draft profile Luka Garza is like the 5th newest post. Oh wait, there's a new one?
Maybe it's just by
popularity. There's over 10,000 in there.
There you go. We want the most qualified people reviewing this.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I actually might do that. Let me screenshot this real fast.
I can just send you it as well.
Fair enough.
We'll do an update next week or whatever.
I'll let you guys. Okay, wait. I should say this. If I put this in this week, Aaron, do you want to hear anything about it before we like see it on the podcast, or do we want to do you want to break it down with your reaction live?
I'll break it down on my reaction.
I'm fine with that.
All right. I'll post it and then I'll bring it back next time we do this.
So Mitchell, are you going to look at it? Or are you just going to say, nope, I'm going to leave? It might be hard to avoid, but are you going to attempt to avoid
That's
it?
fair.
But I feel like you also want to know if you're not getting any, if 3 days go by and you don't see anything, you might say, well, maybe I should post this to a different group.
Yeah,
So,
I will probably check it out, which I mean, gives me a little bit of
Fair
an
enough.
advantage. But like you said, like I want to make sure that there's like, I don't want to like show up and be like, all right, guys, let's see what people said. And nobody responds
just
to it.
crickets.
But
Let's
yeah,
say-
we'll see how that goes. I'll let you go if we're getting like any good analysis or anything like that.
Mitchell makes 6 separate accounts, and they're all just incredibly pro his team.
Like, yeah, I'm saying like obviously Mitchell's team.
These other teams, they're just garbage. Bennett, Sturts, are you an idiot?
Anyway,
Yeah, maybe I should put like since like 1974 or something, because I know the first thing they're going to say is, where the heck is Connie Hawkins? And I'm going to say, look, I completely forgot about him, and he played basketball in the 1960s.
wait, Aaron, do you have Reddit?
I do. I don't look at it that much.
You could promote the thing here.
I think if it's going to take off, it just is. I'm not trying to push it too much.
Fair enough.
I don't really do this for the views.
We can wrap this up and discuss logistics after.
No, we should do that on air.
Obviously, everyone wants to listen to how we're going to do that.
I'll sign us off, and then we'll talk for a couple of minutes after.
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for Bench Mob Carver, and hopefully we didn't bore you too much or your attention span too much. But thanks for tuning in. We'd love to hear from you guys to see who has the best team. And yeah, that's all we got for you this week. We will see you guys next time. Until then, go Hawks.
Bye.